Okay, hello everybody. How are we doing? Welcome back to another Valhalla Fortnite Duos, I guess is what we'll call it. So this the official drop of week 1. So obviously all of us are very excited here. Sorry, I am just gone right now. So we have two matches, same as last week. We will have a featured match, and then we will have an alternate match that we will potentially rotate out to, and we'll have some post-game interviews and all that stuff. So continue to look forward to that. And we have drop codes and everything. Right now, we're just kind of waiting for them to actually get into game. So as we continue to wait for that, we'll talk a little bit here. And again, drop one. We're very excited. We're hoping that we can start the season out with some good results and hopefully get some W's. In an ideal world, we get W's, but just talk a little bit about the teams real quick. Sorry, I was actually in the wrong Discord. I don't know why I just realized that. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry about that. A little technical delay or a little technical issue, but we are back. We solved it really quickly. So for team 1 here, we have Big Mac Munchers, aka Jack and Sean. They were the alternate team last week, so last week we actually caught them getting a W right there at the very end. So hoping to see more or similar results, of course. And the alternate match we have is Cursed Pirates, who are Malachi and the other Sean. Hoping to see what they can do as well. If we do get the opportunity to watch it, we might not, and then that's just kind of unfortunate. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now, but as we continue to wait here, we are actually, I should be starting in any minute now, I would think. Hoping to see the same result as last week. I know, again, we caught the very end of it, and it'll be nice, really nice to see this team play a full game and see, what they're doing, how their comms are, and all that fun stuff. And again, like I said before, we'll have some post-game interviews as well. So look out for that. Probably all of them, maybe? I'm not sure. But we'll at least talk to the featured team and Coach Kyle as well, just to kind of pick his brain a little bit from the coach perspective. I believe we just got an update on drop in 30 seconds, so I will flip the screen as soon as we are ready here. And yep, there we go. We just got the update. So I am going to wait here until we actually get in, and then I will flip. But I know that... I'm sorry, I'm so gone tonight. I know that we have some pretty high expectations for Jack and Sean, and they can do great things, again, as we saw last week. So really interesting to see what they do here. They are loading in, so we will switch to it officially once they are actually in the pre-game lobby, and we should be here any second now. Alrighty, there we go. Okay, so right now, Alex, we're going to pick a POI to drop at, and we actually have Coach Kyle in call right now. Every once in a while, you actually hear me undeafen a little bit just to see what comms are, see what the teams are talking about. When Coach Kyle's in here, I will probably unmute a bit and see what he's instructing them mid-game. We're still super early game, so I'm not going to do it right now, just because it's not super valuable for them at this moment, but will be interesting to see where they go. Looks like we're going to an unnamed POI. as we drop here. And I am not familiar with this Fortnite map, so you have to excuse me my lack of full knowledge, but looks like they are going to the dash lake area, or dash water area, I guess. Essentially what I mean by that is if you touch that water, you will have 3 kind of jump boost dashes, and you can use those at any point until you use all 3 of them, and then they obviously will disappear. So expect to see them use those as movements just to kind of fly around the map and you know, just loot as much of this area as quickly as possible. Looks like we already got the Black Panther gloves as well, so another good item for movement. We notice here, good loadout so far. We have an AR shotgun. We're shielding up here. Looks like they have some bots shooting at them. They should be able to handle these pretty well. Fortunately, they're a little caught out and do take some decent damage. At least Jack does here, so probably not a great spot for them to be in. Sean takes no damage, however, so that's fine at least. But Jack did take a little bit of damage. Is now going to have to waste some resources here to get himself back up. Oh, I forgot to mention in-game names. We have Jack on Uh-Oh Stinky and Sean on Cookie. So we do find the med kit for Jack, which is actually huge. So he can now fully heal up and be able to relax a little bit, and he finds a big. So should be a 200 here, at least for one, if not both. Looks like it is only going to be one. Oh, nope. Looks actually they have some chugs, so they're going to use the chugs to get up all the way. And I would suspect now they're going to get dashes, just kind of fly around this area. And looks like Jack there using his claws there to really just move quickly. Decides to drop them. Does find some chugs. Very interesting loadout I want to mention from Jack right now. I mean, he only has 2 weapons, 3 healing items, and no movement, and he dropped his movement item, so could potentially have been leaving it for Sean. He might be opting to find another movement item, but let's take a look here at Sean's loadout real quick while they're farming some mats. And yeah, so he did end up dropping the Black Panther claws for Sean. Sean here having 3 guns, it looks like, and 1 movement item in the med kit. So honestly, with the loadout they're running, I want to call it comp, but it's not a comp. With the team loadout that they're running, actually really good coverage of items, with having med kits, a bunch of shield. I don't know how Coach Kyle feels about this. I personally, I don't mind it. I think it's actually a really good team loadout build. Looks like they're going to get out of this area, potentially find another unnamed POI, or just rotate here to potentially find a team. Looks like they're going to go to this factory kind of thing. I believe that these are actually really good for metal, so we could see a lot of metal farming here, especially because right now we're looking at Sean and he has none. So definitely want to get some metal. All of the other mats seeming to be fine though, and we do find another med kit, so very good for them. Getting as much metal as we can. Here, let's switch back to Jack. See his. So Jack here, same thing, 200 of each, and metal he's lacking a little bit. He does need to. They need to find more metal. They could definitely get caught out here with just the lack of metal, and especially the fact that none of their mats are overwhelming. This could be a little bit of a dangerous or scary situation for them to be in. But nothing too bad as of now, at least. Sorry for moving the mouse there. Looks like we are going to farm some brick and continue to farm here a little bit. Sean's still on. No, Jack, sorry. Jack's still on the 2-gun loadout. Coach Kyle did just leave us, so unfortunately we'll have to wait until he comes back to undeafen, hear what they're talking about. So we have some ammo sharing there, which is great. And overall, I can hear them a little bit from being live. Comms being much better. Comms being very good. really letting each other know what they're dropping and what they're pinging and all this stuff. Looks like they're gonna drop some ammo and just kind of leave it behind, which is an interesting decision in my opinion. I would think even if your teammate's not gonna pick up that ammo, you would probably keep it just so the enemy team can't or another team can't have it. But actually rotating out of zone here a little bit, potentially to loot this gas station and fuel up and all that stuff. Let's go back to Sean here, see what he's gonna find. He's gonna find some more metal. Again, Matt's just not being probably where they even want them to be. 200 of each and very little metal for both of them is kind of a problem. So it'll be really interesting to see if they rotate here to find more metal, or if they are just gonna go with what they have and potentially loot it off of another body. So we're going to be getting some gas here and might be even wasting some of this metal. Very interesting to see what they're doing here as they build the car in. Oh, okay. Actually, this is a very interesting play. So looks like I don't know if this is a bug or not, but using the gas station to heal the car to then kind of use it as an infinite farm for metal is a very unique play. Unfortunately, it is very slow form of getting it, but they are getting it. Also a little dangerous. Obviously, they could get caught out here and get picked off by another team, but they're just farming away at this car. They're going to get, again, probably not as much metal as they would like, but a decent amount of metal. Probably at least 200 before the time they really have to start going here with Storm pushing them. We do see just about the 200 metal from Sean. So looks like they are going to get out. Maybe not fully. Oh, yep, we are going to get out and destroy it. That way another team can't find it and drive into zone here. So very interesting play. I've actually never seen that. I didn't even know that was a thing you could do. So even enlightening myself a little bit as a very unique play. It looks like they're actually going to push this reboot, potentially third party here. Maybe over push a little bit, but do get one knock. Can they find another? It looks like they're third party there. Jack, I believe, unfortunately was knocked as well. Yes. So Sean is gonna go for the revive here. Unfortunately, messes up the build. Is gonna get revive here. Doesn't look like it's gonna be contested, at least not right now. And they have all the heals to kind of handle this. So you say they're gonna have to heal up fast and get out of here because they are in storm and they are in a fight. So other team probably left at this point. It's hard to say for sure, but they are gonna take some peeks here. And they're just going to run out. And they do get a finish right there, which is huge for them. They're going to be able to take some of that loot as they rotate out here. And realistically, the fact that Storm is only ticking for 1 damage right now, they can still run in and get some of that loot if they need to. Looks like Jack here is just kind of sitting in Storm. But he does have 2 meds, so no real worry for him. But they are getting shot at again. They are going to have to engage this, I think. Maybe deciding not to. Are going to take some shots, and he does hit quite a bit. It looks like he had 100 there for shield, so his shield might be gone, or 1 shot away from gone. He is going to shockwave out. Looks like he does get away. Could potentially see a push here, as it did look like it was just a solo. But they might also, and they actually are fighting. Let's go back to Sean here, who's in a better spot. And Sean actually getting pushed, but managing to hold his own, especially wait for his teammate. He does get a crack on the shield. He's got him fully boxed up. Let's see if he can get an edit. He does find the edit, and he gets the knock too. Wow, great play there from Sean. Really just handles it, keeps his composure, and buys his teammate some time, lets him get some pop shots in, and then gets him full boxed and handles the job. Gets the edit. So now they're gonna have a little bit of time to relax and kind of cool down from that fight as they loot and load up and prepare themselves to rotate into the next storm. which unfortunately we don't know how far away it is, so it could be a bit of a trip. So, and with them being on edge, they don't have a bunch of time. They're just trying to loot up as much as they can before they start to head out. But zone is here, so they are gonna have to go like now. Luckily for them, they're actually pushing into the dash lake area, so they're gonna be able to get some dashes and just kind of fly across this body of water. Oh, and there's a jump pad right there, so they can take the jump pad and actually just fully get in, which is really good. And they don't have to waste any of their dashes either. They do find a car. Looks like they're going to take the car to rotate here. Not really hesitating at all, just kind of fully going in. They do find someone gliding in. Tend to take a couple shots, but can't find any, unfortunately, for Sean. Driving just around edge here, just kind of good, maintaining a perimeter search of the area. Do find a couple shots. Believe it is at their car, or they could get out and engage this. Looks like they're just gonna hide for a bit, actually. They do hear some shots. Looks like they are actually gonna push this. Let's find Jack. See if he sees Jack getting up top here on the bridge. Does see someone. Decides not to take the shot. Probably the right play, especially with the range. That shot. Gonna try and get some more wood as Jack here is on 0, essentially. So he definitely needs to load up and get some of that wood. And Sean there being a good teammate and dropping a bunch for him. So now he's totally fine. And both of them having very good map control right now. Again, probably not as much as they would like, but Jack not even realizing he's at full wood right now. Just still breaking down trees. Looks like we do see some more building. We're not going to take any shots, at least not yet. Do have some shots. It sounded like from behind, but nope, was the shots ahead. Are going to take some shots. Do find the crack. They could potentially push this. Oh, but they do have someone behind them. I was right about that. And they're going to shockwave this together. And they're going to push this. They find one. They find him jetpacking. They do get built up. Jack here in a box fight. Let's find Sean. Sean also in a fight. Looks like his fight's a little more active, though. He's going to flow berry to give himself the jump boost. Finds the guy, his opponent healing. So he's going to try to take some shots. See if he can't get a couple picks on him. Does find a couple shots there. Does crack him. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to get the kill. But now Jack also shooting at him. So they could play this very well and get this knock here. And looks like they're going to put mad amount of pressure on this player. As he looks like he's by himself right now. So they have the advantage in the 2v1. Building looks like it's a little sloppy here. Using the flow berry again here to find the jump boost for height. Also getting shot at from another team is not a great position for Sean. Let's find Jack here. Let's see if he's a little more engaged. Nope, they are actually right next to each other. Okay. So maybe they got that kill. Maybe I missed it. I'm not totally sure, but do decide to get out of the build and kind of rotate away. Well, they do find a team in that building. Now they're in panic. They have to switch areas. They were going to go in that building. Unfortunately, kind of caught out. We're actually going to undeafen here and let's listen into their comms for a minute.
Here, try getting. This is like our only source of movement right now, so that's
yeah. We'll sit in the car whole game.
That was a clean extraction though, guys. It was very good.
No, don't get out. There's two.
I think they
let's
elect
just sit
to
in the car
avoid
whole
that
game.
fight.
No, Jack, I applaud you, buddy. That was a good call to dip out. Sean, you get that route. Oh my
They
goodness,
did drop
Sean.
into another fight, a massive fight. They need to get out of there quickly. And looks like they are going to get out.
blanked
Car
him 2
taking a lot of
times.
damage.
No, it's okay, but you 126 blew the other one. That was fantastic, buddy.
Alright,
Well
that will
done.
like fend them off for now.
Unfortunately,
Yeah. You
can
nowhere
move
really
it
for them to
to top
go. It's
of
just kind of driving
Doomsdat.
around here. Unfortunately,
If
kind of bringing
I
all
was
the
gonna say if I
attention
can
to
make a
themselves.
recommendation, you can rat inside of Doomstat pretty hard because the number of buildings. And if you are
Yeah.
low on
Wait,
brick
we can
and
go up there.
if you're low on brick and metal, like which you are, the roofs
Alright.
give metal. I would start harvesting these buildings, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Coach Kyle, they're
That's
giving
what
some
I'm
good
doing
advice
now.
Start taking as
on
much
map
as you
man-
can. Avengers
material
chest is a
management. over
Avengers
map management.
jetpack's a huge one.
But you got
Just
jetpack?
should-
We could
if you want
potentially
that,
see
you-
some ratting here
That's
from
right.
this
No, I
team.
don't got a jetpack. I want to
Which
get
is
jetpack though.
essentially just another term for camping or holding a
Here,
position.
get height.
You want me to chug splash?
Wait, here, I have some flowberry left. I'm gonna save the
over
other half
here.
for like endgame.
Okay.
I think they're gonna
Yeah, I
use
gotta
the
check
last
some
of
shit.
the
Don't
flowberry
do the chug
fizz
splash.
still.
Don't do the chug
Well,
or do the chug
I
splash
need
rather
to-
than
I
do
need
the but do that instead of hitting flowberry.
Well, Iron Man. That can be some easy shots, I think.
Well,
I
I
do
think
have
Jack,
another
you're the only
flowberry
one with
that I
item slots to
completely
take the
missed,
Iron
so-
Man.
No, like
Okay.
to get some shots up because like he was. Ooh, there's an unopened chest over here.
Okay,
We're gonna
go for
check
it.
the loot here.
Just be aware, shots ahead of you guys.
Yeah, I'm also getting some ammo as I go.
Are gonna
I'll
find
hold on
chest.
to some minis.
Haven't really been contested in
Do I
this
take
site yet.
2 flowberries or 1 chug splash?
Chug splash. Keep chug splash.
Yeah.
Jack's already got flowberry fizz. Just farm up more materials though, because you guys
Do
are still
find
low.
someone.
Can I
Are they
take
gonna
those
take
shots?
shots?
You're the IGL, Jack. Make that call yourself.
All right, nope. I missed. It's okay.
Jack unfortunately
Yeah, they're
missing
not
both of their shots.
doing anything
They
about
didn't
it.
turn around, so
Yeah, but they're rotating the direction that you guys need to. So make sure that before you guys go, you get more mats. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, team.
Here, let's hop in car and rotate upwards because there's like no more time to waste.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's camp in Carl game, like I said. I feel like it's
Wait here.
absolute meta right now.
Oh, we're low on fuel.
It's okay. I like the idea. Don't shift for right now. Just take it easy.
I don't know. There's another.
There's car spawns.
Oh, there's a
in here, they're
solo.
probably also-
Finish. Oh,
they're gonna
yeah,
find
he's
someone.
running.
They might
You
take
can
the
like
fight
hit
here.
his car.
So we continue listening to their comms. Looks like we are gonna have
Oh.
some shots on him by
This
Sean.
could be perfect. Oh,
Push
no.
it. Push
Darn
it. Push it. Push it.
Coach Kyle telling him
Oh,
to push it.
medallion. He's driving towards. Either way, we don't have enough for a car chase.
They
Just
are
get out of there
driving
because you're
towards
impressed in the
medallion.
middle of both.
I should probably think about rotating
we
the
can-
zone here.
Yeah, get in this
Especially
car.
because they were out of gas. They are gonna
I'm
find
gonna
the
try
car
healing
hop
up our
there.
car here.
Yeah.
Just be cautious because if they start taking shots at you guys, it's going to be a problem. Because I don't want. Last thing I want is gas station to explode. Okay. Just be ready.
Wait.
I think too, Jack. I think Jack, you probably could have taken that solo as well earlier
Yeah.
in the one car.
It's just that we didn't have enough fuel, and he could have just ran. Here, let's get Edge over
But take
here.
take the tires out. You
Yeah.
both have good weapons.
Yeah.
Oh wow, and they do get kind of lucky here with the
Oh.
storm rotation.
You got people.
Looks like we are gonna rotate right into a team.
Take
though,
'em.
and
Yeah,
they kind of
take
have
'em.
to take this
Yeah,
fight at
height.
this
We have
point.
height
Yeah.
advantage.
Hey, Jack, you are boxing your partner up, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Rotate to Sean
Dead.
here. Sean getting hyped.
Nice.
Jack getting the
that
kill
was a
though.
solo.
Nice, good kill.
I saw 2 footsteps though, so.
Yeah, I heard another guy. He had jetpack. I'm popping big pot.
If I can make a suggestion, one of you can grab auto turret really quick, and the auto turret will detect if people are in the build.
Yeah,
then you
but
can
we
swap
have
back to a
him
different item.
now.
Yes, but what I'm saying is you can swap back to the other. You can swap back to whatever you want to.
Oh, kid over here, right down below us.
How do I swap it?
Looks like
Oh, there's 2 though. Wait,
Jack
they
is
don't know
gonna
we can
find
see them
someone.
though.
Just be careful, Jack, because there's.
Oh, one pushed up.
Yep.
He's just running though.
Should I
Go
get
back
in the
to
car? Should
your.
I get in the
Go
car?
back to your builds, dude. Go back to your builds. You have
Jack
like
kinda
massive
standing
height.
out in
Just
the
go back to
middle of the
builds and hold
open
build.
here.
Oh wait, yeah, we have.
Oh, here.
Good
I'm
comms,
gonna
coach.
take this,
Thank you. I worry a
Kyle
little bit
helping them
sometimes. I
out.
worry sometimes. I talking to y'all. Good job, Cam. What's up? You're
Here,
you're
can I
doing the
have
best
some
you can
metal?
for what you got, but
Metal?
seriously,
Oh, yeah.
being a teammate down is
I don't have so
Rough.
much, but
All right, thanks.
Guess what? You are not the. You still had a better finish than one of our other duos tonight. So,
Looks like they're gonna share some mats here.
attaboy.
Kid right down there.
They're gonna take some shots.
just
Maybe
keep
it's a
standing on height, guys.
solo.
Oh,
Oh, they do
Get it
get
up.
shot
Here,
out a little bit.
drop
They're
down a
gonna have
little
to drop
bit,
down
like,
a little
down
bit. Kind of
Just
recollect
rat, just
themselves. They
rat.
could get pushed here.
Just be cautious, Jack, because when you're ratting like that, buddy, the chest beam will blow up all of your builds.
I'm sorry.
So just be ready. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Do have some
he's
eyes
like
on him.
behind these builds.
Can't find
Yeah,
any.
he's gonna get
shots,
forced
though.
out, so just wait.
Yeah,
Yep.
but he could have went low.
Oh, good.
Are
Good
gonna
job
find
holding him
some
in
shots
storm.
on him.
36 twice.
You push that.
All right, I'm flowberrying.
Push that, because he's
Coach
Yeah, he's
Kyle
right there.
giving some aggressive advice. Looks like they are gonna push
Keep
it.
height. Actually, nah, it's fine. Just go.
And they're gonna try and find
No,
him.
all right.
Here?
Now,
20. He's 1 HP. I got him. Really
Sean
low.
there getting a bunch
Nice.
of damage on him.
Nice.
And Jack there cleaning it
nice,
up.
nice.
There is another
nice.
one on
Shooting at me.
them.
Kid shooting at me.
Looks like Jack gonna be taking him here. Do dash into storm here.
all right, here, stay down here
They're gonna
while
run
we
away.
can. All right, now rotate.
It'll be hard to because I'm in here.
Unfortunately, we're in a little bit of a bad
They're
spot.
inside this armored walls.
Sean
Sean's
kinda
not with you?
stuck behind.
No.
Alright.
Rat.
Jack kind of has to wait a
Rat
little
for right
bit.
now. Embrace.
Scared.
Sean's
Sean
with
does
you.
catch back up to him. They didn't even realize there's a team to the right too. They could
Here,
get
I'm
some
flowberrying,
uncontested
and then we can
shots.
run towards circle up on height. Though.
Very like. Okay, yeah, we didn't get the effect.
There he is.
Dead.
Oh my gosh. Jack, they're almost getting knocked, but is able to find the
Run!
kill.
I can't. I'm like one shot to storm.
Super low health here. He's gonna have to pop this flowberry and use it as much as he can to rotate. Sean here, being at 100 health between both. But unfortunately now we're just kind of dashing into the water.
Nice.
They're gonna have to
Box
find
up
an
and
area
heal
to
if you can.
relax.
Box up and heal if you can.
A little caught out here, but we are
Here,
in,
can I have,
we are in
a big
circle,
pot?
so
I don't have any.
I mean, no, not big pot. Heal.
Medkit.
Medkit. Yeah, I'll drop you big pot. Drop.
and we might be able to get back to 200 each here, which could be massive. And it looks like we are going to be able to get back to 200 each, so really good
And now
spot
we're
for
both
them to be in.
almost max. You're max. right?
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Matt's looking very good as well. We start to kind of push out here. We're going to take some
Block.
shots.
Tell me after. I gotta go to the other teams. Okay.
Jack getting
Here.
a bunch.
I know. It's still great. I gotta go to the other teams, buddy. All right.
Looks like we're going to lose Coach
Yeah, I'm
Kyle
getting
here,
shot from
so
everywhere.
It's okay, Sean. Good job making the builds up, buddy. Good.
Done.
holding this
Yeah,
position here.
pop
They're
the
kind of in
flowberry.
middle
Go
of
full if you
everything.
can.
Yeah, they're going to push this.
Sean with the raw aggression. You're not loaded, Sean. Hot swap weapons, buddy.
Sean
The
kind of
guy
getting
in the
caught out
air.
here with the jetpack.
Sean, don't forget you
We
can
do
hot
find
swap,
someone
okay,
in-
buddy?
in-
Please don't forget
in
you
a
can
box,
hot swap.
but
Hot swap is pressing the
Super
numbers.
Hot swap is switching weapons instead of reloading your shotgun while you're in point blank
Sean
range
here
of
in
your
Storm
opponent.
doesn't take any
No.
damage from it though. Jack is also kind of caught out. Sean here just healing up.
Jack, you're absolutely cracked, dude.
Jack on 1 HP. He
Jack,
needs
before
time
you
to heal.
before you advance, buddy, what should you do right now?
Heal.
Thank you.
I can't. Sean, can you
Just-
tunnel?
Storm is on them, and they have a
Here,
team
try
above
getting
them
height,
and a
try
team
getting
below
height.
them.
I have 260 brick and that's it.
They are going to get height.
Okay,
above
you
this
guys
team
can
and
get
are
height
gonna
and then mine the
flow.
trees from the tops. You know that, right?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
here, Sean, just do this.
We won and got second from the.
They are going to get some shots here. Jack here, at least having 70 shield, so even though he's on 1 HP, does have a little bit of leeway.
Good.
Are going to take some of these trees out, potentially denying them of coverage.
And mine
from
those
the other
trees when you
teams.
guys get to the top of them. So like Sean, right now, there you go. You have it right there. Oh,
They find an enemy right in front of them. I think they missed their shots though. Sean there getting a big shot on him.
Did we go?
Gonna
Did we go?
use some of this flow.
yeah, you're gonna have to.
No,
there,
I
I
fell.
think in
I-
front
That's
of-
okay. You have flowberry. You have flowberry active. Oh,
that,
Jack
though.
unfortunately getting
Just
knocked.
stay height. Just stay height.
Sean here still securing height. Sean has jetpack too, so he can actually just kind of move here. Doesn't have to worry about too much. Is getting shot
You're
at a
gonna have
little
Armor
bit.
wall. Armor wall. Oh.
Does get spleefed out. And unfortunately now just has to kind of
Drop
use the
with
jetpack.
that. Yeah.
does fall into a team.
Oh, nice,
That's
Sean.
good. That's good. That's good. That's
Gets
good.
eliminated.
Let's
It's 2 picks in
go.
second
Nice,
place
nice,
though,
nice,
so
nice.
really good round from them.
Well done, buddy. Good job, guys.
And we see some really good awareness from them there at the end. Okay, so you'll have to excuse me a little bit, but I believe I have Jack up here with me. Is that correct? Okay, so Jack, talk me a little bit through, how that end game went in your opinion.
So I think the end game went perfectly fine because we had like not a lot of bats as we thought and not the greatest heals and rotation items. So I think we played that out just as fine as we think we could. As we had heals, we didn't have any white heals, so Storm was crucial towards us. But we did end up picking up some endgame kills, which got us some refreshes. But in the end, Storm just pulled not how we would expect it, and that just ruined our game.
Yeah,
kinda.
absolutely. Jack, to kind of boost your ego here a little bit, we saw some incredible shots there, especially towards the end. How does it feel to hit some shots like that, even if you're not picking up those kills?
It feels good because assists get us like lower towards like more placement points, which we know is more crucial in this game than kills. So I think even though I had some good shots and couldn't pull off the kills, I think that still helped us because that killed more people, which got us to second place.
Perfect. And finally here, what are you hoping to take into next game or the next drop tonight, looking back at that last game?
I hope that we could get some like better weapons going into endgame because even though I had a mythic AR, I had a green shotgun. So I hope just to have a better guns and more white heals for helping us against Storm and more mats.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much for being up here.
You're welcome.
And you can just set the headset on the desk right here. It's fine. And if you guys just give me 1 second here. All right, and now we have Sean up here. So, Sean, talk to me a little bit about how that last match went in your opinion.
It was really good because we got second and 8 kills. So also a lot of placement because we got. I just said second. But yeah, also a lot of placement because we got second. So a decent amount of points there.
And towards the end a little bit there, you kind of caught out, unfortunately, with Jack going down and just kind of holding height. What was going through your mind at that time?
I wasn't really sure what to do. I was mainly focused on like tarping on height, but it was hard because I only had like not that much mats left. So
Okay, and finally, real quick here before we get you back into drop 2, what are you hoping to take into drop 2 from last game? Like, what do you think you could have done better in the first drop that you're hoping now to do in drop 2?
maybe more kills. That'd be cool.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for jumping up here with me, and go ahead and get locked back in for drop 2, and we'll look forward to continue to watch you. All right. So, as we continue to wait here to get back into drop 2, honestly, great show-out performance from them, and obviously, again, didn't get the W, which is a little unfortunate, but getting a second place with that many kills is a really great way for them to start with, week 1 of the actual season, and honestly give them a lot of momentum and some confidence in their backs. So as they continue to push forward and even into drop 2, we should see that confidence and some of that momentum start to swing with them as they get into drop 2 and into the rest of the competition. So as we continue to wait here, some of the things that I noticed from them where comms were on point. No issue with comms, no lack of anything, right? Their comms being very well, them making very good decisions. I honestly think that that's some of the best Fortnite we've probably seen, and I believe that Coach Kyle will be just as proud of them as I am. And I don't even know much about Fortnite, and I'm super proud of them. So also really cool and unique to have them up here. The first time we're kind of testing that around. And really interesting to see what they're talking about right after the game, right after drop 1, as they kind of transition here into drop 2. And hopefully they don't have too much problem locking back in or anything. I know it's a little unfortunate with us kind of doing that to them. But looks like they are going to have 2 minutes here, so they're going to have a little bit of time to kind of simmer back down and lock back in and get ready for their game. But I know that I'm excited. Maybe we can get Coach Kyle up here to comment on their match real quick. See if he's not too busy. Give me 1 second. Alrighty, everybody. Looks like I was able to snag him real quick before we get into drop 2.
International man of mystery.
So, Coach Kyle, talk me a little bit through what you saw, especially towards the end game of that Jack and Sean match.
I mean, to be quite honest, I'm super proud of how Jack and Sean played that. Honestly, it's a sort of a culmination of all the fundamentals that we've been going over. One of the things that you probably noticed when you were casting, and some of the things that maybe our audience at home will notice, is that Jack and Sean really like to maintain height. It's one of the things that they do very well as a duo. And in fact, you will have noticed during that game that Jack is actually building what we call, it's not a sky base exactly, but essentially what he's doing is he's building a ramp as high as he can, building that path forward, and then what Sean is doing is he's playing out with that jetpack. That allows him to get height and angles. If one of them starts shooting at Sean, Sean can very easily just drift back to the builds where he's protected, or Jack is able to play that angle, and that's one of the things that they do best as a duo.
Yeah, no, I thought they played very well. I'm super proud of them myself, and I'm not their coach or anything, but
I mean, you are. We're all their coaches. It counts a little bit.
So Jack there hitting some crazy shots towards the end. How does that feel for you?
So it's actually really interesting. If you look at their scores, what you'll notice is Jack actually has less eliminations than Sean does. And this is actually one of the ways that they work really well together. Jack is very good at hitting, I don't want to call them all clutch shots because they're not always, but Jack's very good at flushing out opponents with a couple shots, like he almost testing the waters to see where they're at to gauge that distance. And then once he flushes them out of cover, once he startles them, once he gets them away, Sean, because of the way that he plays, is able to push up and use that aggression to get those kills. So I'll be honest, I love that he's hitting those shots, and I also love that both of them are using it as opportunities to help the other one do exactly what they're supposed to be doing.
Perfect. And finally, real quick here, communication was phenomenal from them, in my opinion. And we listened a little bit while you were in call. How does it feel for you to make sure that, at that point you were just kind of there giving them little tips, little extra comms, but they seem to handle it for the most part?
They do. So as a coach, like, I'm kind of beaming with pride because that's like my number one thing with these kids is communication. So on the one part, I'm super stoked. On the other part, that's actually the hardest part of my job, is how do I as a coach give little tidbits that give them the most. Like, you may have noticed or may have heard me say, hey, Jack, you don't have to do that. You can use the height that you've already got. And he's like, oh yeah, I can. And from there, he's able to formulate a strategy. And I'm sure you know this from coaching Rocket League. The hardest part of our job is when the nuance comes in.
Yep.
So now I get to do the fun part of my job, which is the nuance, and I get to watch them sort of pay off all of the learning and all the groundwork that I've spent, the last 6 months sort of away with these kids to actually watch it come to fruition. So no, super proud of Sean, super proud of Jack, super proud of both of them. Just to watch them both grow and flourish like this has been, I'm expecting.
Absolutely. I
awesome.
couldn't agree more, honestly.
And I'll be honest, I'm going to give shout out to everybody in the arena. That was one of the best, most consistent drops that we have had for the whole season already. We didn't have a single team place outside of the top 20.
Oh, wow, okay.
And top 20 is how we get points. So they get a point for elimination, just for the folks at home, and they also get points based on their placement, but it starts at the bottom 20, and it goes all the way up to 1. So for, I think our lowest team was 19th, and obviously our highest team placed 2nd. That's a huge drop for us tonight.
All right, well, it looks like we're loading in the game here, so I'll let you get back to it.
Looks like I'm getting out of here, brother.
Yeah,
hey,
absolutely.
Much appreciated.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you
up.
again for casting.
Yep, I'm sure we'll hear from you again tonight at some point. Alrighty, so as we jump real quickly back into the pregame lobby, as we jump in here, and I'm gonna step away for one quick second just to see something, just to make sure that it is working properly. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Having some technical issues there, but we did get it fixed for just a second. That's so. But unfortunately, stuff like that's gonna happen, especially when I'm up here casting. So. We'll jump right back into the game here, and as we missed a little bit of it, but looks like we landed totally fine. Looks like we went to the same unnamed POIs last time, and currently just farming up some mats. Looking at loot here, we have Sean currently 2 guns and a grenade of some sort. I'm not totally sure what that is or what it does, as we could potentially find out later in game. Let's find Jack's loadout here, see what he's running with. Jack's loadout also having 2 guns, but having some heals this time, both meds and minis. So a little bit more of a curated loadout, especially if they want to get in a fight here early game. So. Looks like we're just farming up some mats here. As we continue to wait, kind of just tearing apart this this area, this POI, as much as we can here to get as many mats as we can. Now, unfortunately, here with the same drop, metal is gonna be a bit of an issue. Not gonna be able to find a lot. Gonna take probably as much as I can here, but we have matching skins this round, I think. I think we have matching skins this round. Yes, we do. So definitely going to be a little harder for me now to say which one is which. But looks like they're going to rotate here to another unnamed POI. A little bit of a bigger area, so they could potentially find some more mats here. And some more loot. Currently watching Jack. There is some fighting going on here, and they are going to get a couple shots on it, but are just going to decide to disengage and drive away. Switching to a little bit of a faster car here as they continue to drive away. Want to make sure that they don't get caught out by anything. I think they decide to pass on those slurp cacti, I guess I'll call them. Not really sure their in-game name officially, but gonna make sure no one's in the car. We just continue to drive around here. This is something we noticed from them last game a little bit, is they just kind of surveying the map, right? They're kind of getting intel as they just drive around. We could see the same metal farming process bug, whatever you want to call that, to get a bunch of metal here. I think we are going to avoid it. Might be out of gas though. Looks like we are still fine. We're going to find this other unnamed POI, potentially loot up and farm here for a bit. They are going to get some metal from these rooftops. It looks like this place is actually unlooted, so they're going to get some free loot here. Could potentially find some stuff to buy their loadouts. Oh, sorry, as I tapped the mic. Still just kind of farming up, as we see from both of them. One thing I do want to mention is that we have Jack, who used all of his dashes. Sean is still having all 3. Could be a crucial part of rotating out here, especially that we have no movement items from either person. is something definitely to make note of, that Sean can get out at any point realistically. Not super far, but can get out a bit. And Jack here, unfortunately, just kind of not being in the same scenario, it would have to build or have to find a car or something like that. Sorry. As we continue to farm some mats here, taking a look at Sean's loadout now. Looks like he has a fishing rod in his loadout, which is a very interesting choice. Looks like he's going to rotate it out for some flow berries. And they are going to buy a big there. Vault is below them and open. We continue to see these grenades, and I saw, looking at Jack's screen, that they're called Mini Shield Junior, or Mini Bubble Junior, or Shield Bubble Junior, or something along those lines. And, again, still not totally sure what they mean. They might kind of create a shield of protection for you as we drive around here again, and just kind of getting in a circle, getting some more intel. We are going to go to Reckless Railway here, maybe drive through it, just to get some intel. Decide to not go through it, hop on the train tracks here, and just continue to drive around. They do see some footsteps. Actually, they do find some builds, so they could potentially third-party this team. We're currently on Sean right now, excuse me. They decide against it, decide just to drive away. They do see someone flying, tries to take a couple shots on him, misses it. Unfortunately. Have some buildings over here that we could potentially loot up a little bit. They elect to not do that. You have to pardon me, I'm not sure if that is the mic. It's just my headphones. No, it is. Hopefully now it is solved. Sorry about that. Just having a slow technical difficulties tonight. Probably because we knows we're getting close. Oh man, I think Coach Andrew is preparing me for another interview. And I will have to create questions on the fly. Potentially a parent interview this time. Do we have a crash? I think we have a game crash. Okay, so we're actually gonna have a special guest up here. I believe is it Amy, who is Miko's mom. Hello, Amy. Thank you so much for joining us up here.
Sure.
If you want to move the mic, you just want to talk into that square right there, so you can move it up a bit.
Better?
Yes, perfect. So, oh man, this really caught me off guard. You have to pardon me. So how much do you know about Fortnite?
Very, very, very little.
Okay. So, and honestly, maybe we can answer some of the hard-hitting questions as we're up here. How beneficial is it for your child to come here and interact with not only the other kids but Coach Kyle and just get to compete at you know, in any formal level?
It's really beneficial. My son is homeschooled, so, you know, being here around other kids is great. I mean, we do some co-op stuff, but this is just different for him.
Perfect. Okay. So as we continue to watch the match here, said very little, so I'll try my best to kind of highlight some of the stuff, and
Sounds great. Thank you.
of course. Right now, no action going on. We're just kind of looting up and rotating around the map. Eventually, find some intel about where other teams are. Loadout's looking fine so far. It's been a little bit more of a quiet game, especially compared to last drop, where it was a little bit more action packed, I guess. But I do believe we had some technical issues over there, so I assume those would be solved now. And could potentially just be ratting here to see where circle goes, where other teams go, stuff like that. Oh no, looks like we actually have some more technical issues going on, as I can see on the other screen. So Amy, talk to me a little bit about your experience as a parent from Valhalla. Obviously, you know, we kind of talked about your son, but a little more about your opinion about all of us here and what we do.
We're really enjoying it as a family. My husband plays quite a few different games. He does mostly like iRacing.
Okay.
But he plays quite a bit of Fortnite and things like that. So as a family, we're enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun to be able to discuss with Sean when he's not playing, how the games are going, how it is playing with other kids. He's used to winning a lot, so this is really great for him.
Perfect. Perfect. It looks like we are having some combat here. Kind of jump back in the game. And they are going to elect just to drive away from this fight. I think they were actually getting third party there, so probably the right decision. And full rotate here. But it looks like they did land potentially on another team. Well, nope, looks like they're just going to switch cars, actually.
Gotta have the best car.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And well, ideally you have the car that has the most health and the most gas and all that. Very relevant information to think about that is stuff in Fortnite. So we continue to rotate here. Again, kind of as I said before, definitely a slower paced game compared to last. I don't know if that's Coach Kyle's doing, as we see he is in call right now, or if they're just not really seeing a fight that they want to take. So we'll go back to it a little bit. So we talked about, you know, your experience here as the Valhallan parent, and Sean's. Overall, though, you know, what do you think? What do you like about Valhallan? What do you not like about Valhallan? What do you like about Coach Kyle? What do you not like about Coach Kyle? What, you know, anything you have to say, go ahead.
Well, I think for Sean specifically, I think it's been really great. I think it's helped his game. I think it's helped him study harder. Like I said, he is homeschooled. So this is kind of like a bonus for him. It's extra. It's something that he's pretty good at. And I think he likes to show people that he's good at it. Whenever you're not in a public school situation, you don't get to do that very often.
Correct.
As far as coming here specifically, he really likes it. He's excited to get back to the parent night out. That's very exciting for him. That's one of his favorite things that they do here. Coach Kyle, Sean really likes him. Sean is often, he's a really funny kid, but he also tends to veer towards the quiet if he's really thinking about something. And I think Coach Kyle has really helped him kind of come out of his shell. And let him know, listen, you know, there will be good games, there will be bad games. But overall, we just want to see a continuing arc of enjoying yourself and doing really well.
Perfect. So to boost Coach Kyle's ego here a little bit more, he's a great guy. I don't know how you don't like him, to be honest. So he's amazing. Go back to the game here a little bit. We did have some shots, and we are seeing some other teams here, so we could potentially take a fight. So we are going to elect away from that and just kind of rotate the outside of circle. We do see the reboot here, so we could take some shots on this reboot. Unfortunately, kind of missing everything. Right now, kind of just looking like a car derby. I cannot think of the name.
A demolition derby.
Yes, thank you. Yes. I thought, like, the first thing that came to my mind was roller derby, and I was like, it's not that. Not a roller derby. They're not on skates.
Although that could be a total new layout for the game.
You're right, it could be. So, looks like we're farming some mats there. Just continue to drive around. No kills this game, which is actually a little different for this team. Typically, we find at least some pressure, some kills, potentially early into mid-game, but none yet. So, hoping that changes. Obviously, now with you being up here, what? Oh gosh, how can I formulate this question? With coming here, what do you expect of Sean? Not really knowing much about, the scene, I guess.
I think for Sean specifically, I think it's helping his focus. I think being here and coming here is helping his focus on how to play games, how to work with other people. He played by himself for a very long time, so I think being in a duo that is lasting for an entire season is really important for him.
Perfect. And I know that I would love, obviously we always love to see a W here, but especially with you up here, guest casting, it would be really great to see them kind of clinch out a win. And very close last drop, we had an unfortunate second place, but we could very easily see it this drop, which would be really great, as we're just continuing to farm here a little bit. They've done a much better job farming this game than they did last game, so really making sure that they're on top of materials for their builds.
Yeah, sometimes you live and learn.
Exactly. And unfortunately, you missed it a little bit too, but we're able to get both of them, so Sean included, of course, up here and to talk a little bit about, how the first game went. And it was a really cool experience just to kind of see, in between after game one, before game two, just kind of pick their minds a little bit and see what they're doing. So we'll have to make sure you're up here watching, because we plan to do it after game as well, after this drop. So
I know Sean has been very excited during the preseason. I know last week they had a win, and that was very exciting. I think for he and Jack both. I don't think they were expecting it,
yep.
Which sometimes is a bonus.
Yeah, and honestly, the greatest part about that win was we caught it on camera too. So they were the alternate, as we're calling them. They were the backup game. And we switched to them, and we caught that win live. So it was really cool to see that. Looks like we are finally going to take a fight here. Maybe not.
I think it's interesting watching their decisions as they're happening.
Well, and the really interesting thing is seeing, even with potentially some lack of knowledge or whatever, seeing maybe what you would do in a situation and then seeing what they do. So really different perspective on the game when we see it from, I guess, a greater angle than what they're seeing it from.
Well, and I know being on a new team for him this year, I know that's been learning each other's play styles is tough anyway. And I think they had very different play styles at the beginning. And I think slowly they're coming together as a team.
Absolutely. I actually had Coach Kyle up here earlier, and me and him were discussing how well their play styles have developed now and how well they play together as a team now. And it kind of sets them apart from even some of the other teams that we have in our very arena, because they just play very well together, and there's like a mutual respect for each other.
it might be interesting long term to see how they play as they get older
Yeah,
as well,
absolutely.
because they're both fairly young.
Do have some shots fired here. Unfortunately, not finding any shots for Sean. Let's go back to Jack here and see if he can find any. So circle is getting very small. Jack is actually finding quite a bit. Fortunately, they are kind of caught out here with a lot of teams around them. They do have some time to heal up here. Looks like they might just get out. I don't know if they got any damage on that guy, but they find him that time. As they continue to push him. Could find an Elim here, and they do get it. Sean getting up the kill, or picking up the kill there. Unfortunately, Storm kind of going back to where they just were. Looks like we saw a shockwave out. Or potentially a car hit. Sean here getting pushed, but Jack, behind the enemy, doesn't know that he's there. Is able to get some free shots on him. Jack's still finding some shots, unfortunately missing a little bit. Trying to get back to Sean at this point. Jack here gonna take some more shots. Unfortunately doesn't find any. Has to be aware of Storm as it is pushing. Sean, I believe, also right on the edge of Storm. They are back together now. Could potentially see a little bit of a regroup here. They are going to push this guy, at least Jack is. Jack gets the knock. Or actually, Sean gets the knock. Jack healing up here. Let's go back to Sean real quick. Having some time to reload his guns here. Now, unfortunately, they're in low ground, so probably not a great position for them to be in. But they do have a bunch of time here. They are going to get back up to as much health as they can.
It is interesting as the games go on, you can feel the energy in the building change.
Absolutely. Well, I kind of toot our own horns a little bit. I think that's one of the great things that, as a whole arena, we do. You know, we really make sure that when we have a team that's doing well, or we have a team that's, you know, close to winning or something like that, the attention just goes, you know, and it's naturally drawn towards them, and it's really cool to see. I mean, there have been times where we have, you know, everyone, you know, the players obviously playing, their families watching, multiple coaches watching, and then families of other kids coming over and watching. So a really great, I guess, environment overall that we've kind of grown and housed specifically at our arena. So it is currently a 2v2 right now. Actually a 2v1. So we could actually see a W on camera here. Unfortunately, Jack was dead, it looks like, and Sean there might have been the 2v1. So unfortunate third place for them.
Yep.
A great game overall, though. I think they played very well.
Very good.
And should have them coming up here at any point. So as we come back to us, I just want to say thank you, Amy, so much for coming up here and casting with me a little bit towards the end, answering some questions, and again, you have to stick around to hear what Sean has to say about it.
Definitely. Thank you.
Okay. As we wait for them to come up, and just kind of settle down a little bit. Obviously, as I said, third place, great game there from them, and we're really proud of how they played. We are super proud of how they played. Just a little bit around here, trying to get them to come up. Yep, here they come now. So we're gonna do the same order. Kind of Jack up here first, and then showing up. So I say, surely but slowly make their ways up here.
great progression, right? You are so much more comfortable taking fights. That's exactly what I want. Brady, are you guys still in? Are you still in game?
All right, Jack, welcome back up. How are you feeling after drop 2?
I feel great because we got a second and a third place placement. We got third place, so we got 3 kills in our second one. And I think we did well because we played endgame how we should have, and even though we were split out, we still stayed together. And in the game match, we almost died, but we got away pretty far. But that last push I had, I should have known Miko didn't have any rotations, so I saw Miko get cracked, so I pushed up, not knowing there was a second one, and I ended up dying to that. But Miko got some extra placement points, and he got us up to where I think we should.
Yeah, absolutely. A little unfortunate there. But we saw, specifically, a little bit better material management.
Yeah.
Was there anything specifically that you guys switched up from game 1 to game 2 to make sure you had more mats on hand?
Yeah, because last game I died to I died because I ran out mats and fell and into a duelist box, and I ended up dying to that. So we didn't have the greatest ammo to spray down on boxes. That's why that round we mainly focused, instead of getting kills, on preparing for endgame.
Okay, and so we talked a little bit about what you wanted to do in drop 2, looking back at drop 1. Do you think you did those things?
I think we did the majority of it. Making endgame again, not getting enough. We didn't get enough kills to be satisfied, but we still got good placement. And that's really all that matters.
Perfect. We'll wrap it up here with, is there anything now from drop 2, and realistically you're looking at what call from drop 1, that you guys want to take into coming?
Yeah, I think we should try getting high ground in endgames, because that is really good. And I think we should get better at sticking together a lot more and taking fights together instead of having it be 1v2s and 1v1s.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for your time up here. And if you want to pass the headset off to Sean here, we'll have some questions for him as well. But thank you very much.
All right.
You played very well.
Primary team that we stream, and then if they get eliminated early, they switch over to the all.
Alrighty, Sean. Welcome back up as after drop 2. So talk to me a little bit. How do you think you guys did in drop 2?
We did alright. I wish we would have done a bit better, but it's good because we still got good placement and good kills.
Okay. So I noticed a little bit better management of materials in some of your guys' loot. Was there anything specifically from drop 1 that you wanted to take into drop 2 when it came to that? Yeah, when it came to loot and materials.
I guess high fire rate weapons, mostly for taking walls and spraying from height, because that's what we do most endgames. We just tarp on height, and for some reason people don't look up. That's fine.
We saw a lack of movement items, which I know probably isn't ideal there. How different did you have to play, especially in late game scenarios when you don't have said movement items?
Very, not very, mostly pretty different, because you can't move as fast as other people, and getting away from the storm is kind of hard. Especially if you don't have masks, because people are about to shoot at you. So.
Alright, and finally here to wrap it up. So after drop 1, we talked about a couple things that you guys wanted to take away and implement those into drop 2. Do you feel like you did those things, and how well do you think you did those things?
I guess placement-wise, or did I say placement?
I believe you said placement, potentially a little bit more kills and better loadout.
Yeah, better loadout, we did pretty good. All the other stuff, not really well, but that's fine, because it's still a good game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you guys rounded it out with the second and the third place. Really good momentum going into the next weeks of preseason, or if the normal season, excuse me. And I know I look forward, and I believe all of us here will continue to look forward to see how you guys do. So thank you so much for coming up here and answering a couple questions, and we really appreciate it. You guys played really well, so thank you. All right, and last but most certainly not least, I'm going to have featured all-star at this point. I'm going to throw it out there. Featured all-star, Coach Kyle, as he straps on his headset.
We're back, baby. What's up? How we doing?
Coach Kyle, talk to me a little bit about second drops for that team.
Stellar across the board. Another third place finish, a lot of eliminations, which is absolutely great. Remember, folks, we're looking for a combination of placement points and eliminations. That's our bread and butter. That's how we get our score. That's how we move up in the rankings. Again, across the board, super impressed. I will say, you might have noticed, hey, a third place finish not as good as a second place finish, and points wise, that's true. I will say a lot of what we experience with that team right now is luck mitigation, which is a huge thing in Battle Royale. Sometimes you get really lucky with what loot you find off spawn, and sometimes you don't. One of the big mitigating factors, I think, for their success is their access to mobility. So if you're paying attention to bot, mobility seemed to be a thing that they were struggling with. They're constantly switching cars, as opposed to the last one. You may have noticed they both had jetpacks. They're able to sort of capitalize on that mobility. It's really interesting. So Fortnite feels like a game that is dedicated to building and reflexes. Fortnite is really a game about item management and mobility. And so for them to mitigate, I would say, maybe not the luckiest drops imaginable, is a huge victory. And again, it shows, I'm going to throw Jack some love here, but it really shows that he is a good IGL because he was able to keep a cool, calm head under pressure, and that's not something everyone's able to do. So thrilled across the board once again with the drops tonight. It's the kind of consistency, the fundamentals that we talk about all the time here, and it seems to be paying off in dividends.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked, so you touched on it a little bit, and both the kids actually talked about it, so I want to bring it up. Both of them saying that they wanted better loadouts, and again, brought it up about unfortunately not being able to find movement items.
Yes.
But overall, do you think their loadouts from drop 1 and to drop 2 were better?
I think their loadouts in drop 1 were better than their loadouts in drop 2 because of the presence of those movement. Again, Fortnite feels like a game about reflexes and twitch level, response time, but truly it's really a game about mobility and about positioning on the map. If you have a mobility item like the jetpacks this season, or like last season, you might remember the gauntlets, which let you sort of uppercut into the air and then rocket away. Any mobility item like that is going to set you up for success because it lets you sign plays, it lets you push opponents who are low on resources, it lets you get away from engagements. There's a ton that a good mobility item actually does to sort of set you up for a victory down the road. Now, again, losing access to that item or not having access to superior mobility items doesn't mean you can't have success. As you clearly saw there, a third place finish with a handful of eliminations is a great finish. It's a really respectable finish for our team. I think their loadouts in drop 1 were better, but I do think they were able to mitigate the impact of those loadouts very well in drop 2. And we get to see that, right there in
Yeah, absolutely. And just finally here to wrap it up, both kids saying that they wanted to do a better job in drop 2. And honestly, with a second and third place, how do you think that this momentum will carry them into future weeks?
So there's no way to predict accurately whether momentum from one week is going to help you out in the next one. I'm just going to leave it at I am very pleased as a coach to be going into our second week with a second and a third finish, as well as the points that come with the eliminations that they got. And I'll say the one thing about Jack and Sean, the two of them make a great duo team because, as you said, when they came up here, their first response was, I want to do better next drop than I did this drop. This league is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So the better you do, the more consistent you are, the better a way that you're going to make for yourself through this league. So even if they want to do better every single time, if they continue to place into the top 5, they're going to be set up for incredible success when we go to the postseason.
Absolutely. Well, that is going to do it for us here at Valhalla. Thank you so much, Coach Kyle, for coming up and
thank you, Coach Christian, for having me.
That is everything we have here, though. So
bye, everybody.
In potentially Wednesday or Thursday for some more matches. Obviously, Thursday for Valve's a guarantee. Wednesday's a little up in the air, but continue to look forward to that stuff, and we will see you guys all then. So thank you so much.
We definitely need to get you an assistant that could, so you're not like having to be on camera and push buttons.